Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of the Empowering Lives Through an Online Business. And happy and blessed Friday for those who are on Friday, and happy and blessed Saturday for those who are on Saturday. So today we're bringing you the following topic.
Okay, so for episode 34, we have discipline over motivation, winning even on hard days.
Yes, so that's what we're going to be talking today. But before we dive into our topic, let us introduce ourselves. So, hi everyone, my name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but currently residing in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. My name is Isabel. I am originally from Mexico, now living in North Carolina with my family. I am a digital business owner and a mentor.
Yes. We also want to remind everyone that every Tuesdays and Thursdays we have our live webinar. So if you want to learn how you can start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is just register into any of the websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. So when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. The first one is to register to the live webinar. So that one will take you to a page that will have two buttons, one for Tuesday, one for Thursday, so you can register for either day or for both. And our live webinars happens at the same time. So on those 2 days, so it's 5 p.m. PST and 8 p.m. EST. The second link you get there is a link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case you cannot attend to the live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. In addition to that, we also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now you're probably wondering, so what is it that we're gonna find out on the webinar? On the webinar, you're going to find out how our online business plan works, and also you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So if you wanna catch yesterday's replay of the live webinar before this coming Tuesday's live webinar, here were the hosts and panelists for that day.
Okay, so yesterday we had Rebecca as our host. She's a buyer and planner. We had Verica, who is a project manager in Canada. We had Quarum, who's a former cashier at Walmart. We had Lutanline, registered nurse. We had Jocelyn, who's a project manager, and Ava, who's a community connector. We also had Porna, who is a occupational therapist and a teacher, and Dana, who is an IT manager. So, if you want to learn more about this opportunity, you can do the following one of the following three. You can either register directly on the web pages you see on the screen, um, send us a direct message, or comment info to get more information.
Thank you, Isabel. Yeah, so if you're catching the replay of yesterday's live webinar, our replays have subtitles in several languages, and our live webinar has subtitles in 5 languages: the Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. So there you go. So if you want to learn more how to start your online business, all you have to do is just register into any of the websites that appear on the screen. All right, so let's dive into our topic for today.
Yeah, so discipline over motivation, winning even on hard days.
Yes, so that's what we're going to be talking today. So welcome back to another episode of the Empowering Lives Through an Online Business. And happy Friday for those who are already on Friday. And happy Saturday for those who are already on Saturday and enjoying the weekend. So let's be honest, okay? Motivation comes and goes. But some days we feel energized and other days we don't. And if success depends only on motivation, most goals will never be reached. So today we are talking about why discipline, not motivation, what help us win, especially in the hard days. So for that, we're going to be talking about the following points.
Okay, so point number one, discipline carries you when motivation fades. And point number two, discipline turns small actions into results.
Yeah, so those are the 2 points we're going to be talking today. So let's dive into the first point.
So discipline carries you when motivation fades. Motivation feels powerful. but is unreliable. I used to wait for motivation to show up before I took action. Some days it did, many days it didn't. And when it disappeared, so did my consistency. That's when I learned something that changed everything. According to the American Psychological Association, motivation naturally fluctuates, but people who relied on structured habits are 40% more likely to stay consistent long term. So, in other words, progress doesn't belong to the most inspired, it belongs to the most intentional. Motivation is emotional. It rises and falls with energy, mood, and circumstances. And discipline is different. Discipline is a decision you make before the hard days arrive. For me, discipline don't didn't look like perfection or intensity. It looked like showing up even when I felt tired or unsure, doing the small tasks instead of waiting for the right moment, and keeping promises to myself, especially the quiet ones no one else saw. So there were days I didn't feel confident, days I questioned myself, days I wanted to pause. And on those days, discipline became my anchor. You know, there's a lot of days now uh w- now that I have, gone through all this, that I don't feel like doing things, and I'm tired, maybe I'm not feeling well, and I don't do what I used to do before. I'm like, I'll go back to it tomorrow. I'm not feeling good. I'm just gonna rest or whatever. Um but now, I know that I have that commitment with myself, and so I want to keep my promises, and I do the things that I have to do, even on the days that are hard. So if I depended only on motivation, I wouldn't do those things. So it reminded, me why I started. It carried me forward when feeling tired to, pull me back. And it kept me moving even slowly when stopping wouldn't have been easier. A lot of days, yes, you want to rest, you want to go do other things that are maybe more fun or whatever, but then when you think about the things that you want to achieve, when you think about the things that you promised yourself that you were going to do, especially if you have, uh, a week, a month, or 3 months, if you have a goal of the things that you want to meet, you need to stay on task, and have that discipline to really say, okay, this is the things that I have to do. So discipline isn't punishment, it's self-respect in action. So motivation starts the journey, but discipline is what finishes. So always remember that, discipline is not punishment, it's just self respect and staying um, true to yourself, and, keeping your promises, especially those that nobody knows about, but that you said you were going to do something. So that's what I have for this one.
Thank you, Isabel. So yeah, so when we're talking about discipline over motivation and winning even on hard days, Isabel just talked about the discipline carries even when your motivation fades. So by creating those habits, those discipline, it will help you, when your motivation is not there, and you're gonna move forward because you already have that discipline and those habits on you. So now let's move on to the second point. So discipline turns small actions into results. So when I left the film industry after 25 years, I didn't start from scratch. I started from discipline. In film production, every detail matters, every minute counted, and consistency wasn't optional. It was survival. But stepping into the digital world taught me something deeper. Discipline in entrepreneurship isn't about pushing harder, it's about showing up differently. At the beginning of my online business, I didn't have all the answers. I didn't know everything about automation, marketing, or personal branding. But I did know one thing: if I show up every day, even in small ways, I would grow. So, according to the research from Duke University, shows that 45% of our daily behavior is driven by habits and not motivation. So that means success isn't about how inspired you feel, it's about how you repeatedly do, especially when it feels uncomfortable. So I started simple, posting one piece of content a day, even if it was imperfect. And for example, watching one training video, even when it felt overwhelming, and reaching out to one person. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. Reaching one to one person, even if my voice shook, and spending 10 to 15 minutes refining my mindset, even when I was tired. And those tiny actions, they started compounding. At first, the changes were invisible. Then one day I noticed that I was no longer doubting as much, and my confidence grew. My system ran smoother, and my business started creating results. Not because I rush, but because I stay. And that's the power of discipline. It doesn't need to be loud, it just needs to be consistent. Discipline is what turns effort into evidence, and it transforms intention into impact. And in this business is what bridges the gap between where you are and where you want to be. So now, when I mentor others in my global community, I remind them you don't need to do everything, you just need to do something every day with purpose. Because the truth is, motivation starts your journey, but the discipline is what keeps it alive. So here's the message for this point: big transformations are just small discipline actions repeated over time with faith, with patience, and with vision. So that's the message for this point. And now let's find out what is our key takeaway for this topic.
Yeah, motivation might get you started, but discipline is what gets you results. When you commit to showing up, especially on the hard days, you build confidence, momentum, and trust in yourself.
Yes. And our message for the audience.
Yeah, so choose one small action you'll commit to daily this week. Then comment discipline below and let's hold ourselves accountable together.
Yes. And we have arrived to the end of our lives. So hopefully, you learned something today about how to keep that, you know, moment, even on the hard days, by keeping those discipline, those habits. And it doesn't have to, you don't have to do it all at once. You can start with one small habit, you know keep it for 30 days, and then once you have that habit, move on to the next one, and you will see little by little you're gonna have those habits, and then you're gonna have that discipline that will keep you moving forward. So even if it is small, on the long term, you're moving instead of trying to do a lot, and then you will stop, and then your business will stop, and then you're not moving forward. So it's better to keep that momentum, even if with a small little habits. Okay, so what is our topic for next Friday?
So, next Friday, we're going to have why consistency beats talent every time.
Yeah, so that's what we're gonna be talking next Friday. So, because talent might impress, but consistency is what changes lives. So that's the topic for next Friday, and we have arrived to the end. So we hopeful that you learned something today. And if you want to share something with us, or another tip that you might have for this, just put it in the comments. We'll be happy to read it. Uh, and everyone learns, not only us, also the community in Facebook. Sorry. So yeah, so if you want to learn more about this online business opportunity, how you can have that support, and be able to create that extra side of income alongside your job, or having a plan B. Here are three ways that you can do that. So you can either put in the comments more info, or you can send us a private message, and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. Or you can register directly into our websites with your name, any an email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar, which we happen to have a free webinar every Tuesdays and Thursdays at the same time. So 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST. So when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will have two links. One is to register to the live webinar. So you on that one, you can register for either day or for both. And the second link is the link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case if you cannot attend, you can, through that link, you can watch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. In addition to that, we also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you probably wonder, so what is it that you're going to find out on the webinar? On the webinar, you're going to find out how an online business plan works. And also, you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So, again, if you want to learn more about this online business opportunity, you can either put in the comments more info, send us a private message, or register directly into our website. So we want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. And to our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. We also want to say thank you to Patsy One for sending the love heart emoji. Thank you, Patsy. Thank
Thank
you
you,
for
Patsy.
watching. And we also want to say thank you to everyone. So, and wish them a happy and blessed Friday for those who are on Friday, and a happy and blessed Saturday for those who are on Saturday, and a happy and blessed weekend ahead for everyone. So, thank you again for being here with us today. And until the next episode of the Empowering Lives Through an Online Business. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching, and God bless you all.
Bye. Have a good Friday and a blessed weekend.